Breaking news that's coming in as the controversy explodes, ladies and gentlemen. CNN News 18 has accessed that exclusive report of the ethics panel which recommends expulsion of Mahua Moitra. Now, Mahua Moitra has responded. We have not got the report. That's what Mahua Moitra has said. This is the pitch that's coming in from the TMC MP, who has time and again said that this entire investigation by the ethics panel has been riddled with leaks, which has only powered her entire charge that this entire investigation is a witch hunt to silence her. Let's listen in.
टेबल हो गया। हाँ देखिए मतलब हम लोग को नहीं मिला है अभी तक। अच्छा हटिए, हम खाना खा के आते हैं। अरे खाना खा के आते हैं, अब जो होगा सो 2 बजे के बाद ही होगा ना। सुबह के और अभी से तो कुछ नहीं हुआ, हम खाना खा के आते हैं।
क्या कहना चाहेंगी?
क्या लग रहा है? क्या लग रहा है आपको?
आपको
की खुशी लग रही है कि एकदम स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन होगा?
हमारे बंगाली में एक पोएम है काजी नजरुल का, অসত্যের কাছে কবু নত নাহি করো শির, ভয় कापे कापुरुष लोड़े जाए वीर। सो जब नाश मनुष्य पर छाता है पहले विवेक मर जाता है। तो ये जो इन लोग वस्त्रहरण शुरू किया ना, अब महाभारत का रन देखिएगा।
I am prepared for a Mahabharat is the pitch coming in from the TMC MP as CNN News 18 has accessed that report of the ethics panel which has recommended her expulsion, also for an inquiry into the quid pro quo charges between her and Darshan Hiranandani. My colleague Arunima is joining us on the broadcast. Arunima, Mahua Moitra striking a very confident note as these damning recommendations have come in from the ethics panel. Is she exuding this confidence because the opposition is rallying behind her?
Yes, she's not really looking at her prospect of being a member of parliament in this Lok Sabha. She's looking at her future as well. This is perhaps the last full session of the current Lok Sabha. Post this, we will only see a very short budget session. It will be an interim budget session. So effectively, if Mahua Moitra is expelled from Lok Sabha today, it will be about 8 or 7 working days in this particular session and another fortnight in the next session. Her confidence is stemming from the fact that then perhaps she will get the ticket again from TMC and she can go back to her constituency and say that I have been targeted because I was exposing the alleged nexus between a corporate and the government, the Soot Boot Ki Sarkar narrative which the Congress had pushed earlier. She will try and impress her constituency and come back to the next Lok Sabha. I think that is the reason this confidence is stemming in from the way the opposition is rallying around her. Just 3 days back or 4 days back, opposition was taking pot shot at each other after the disastrous results for the opposition in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. But thanks to Mahua Moitra, they have come back together again. So I think she's enjoying that attention too.
Right, and also getting some more breaking news as the developments are coming in thick and fast, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what we are seeing is that TMC MP Sudeep Bandyopadhyay and Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary are among others who are meeting the Lok Sabha Speaker. That's what we are gaining when it comes to the opposition camp, and the latest that's coming in, where Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and the TMC MP Sudeep Bandyopadhyay are among others who are meeting the Lok Sabha Speaker. So that's the piece of breaking news. It seems there is a united opposition that is rallying behind Mahua Moitra. Pallavi Ghosh is getting us this piece of breaking news. So Pallavi, so when it comes to the opposition rallying behind Mahua Moitra, at first it seemed that she was this lone warrior who is fighting these charges. But ever since the debacle that took place in the 3 Hindi heartland states, with the Congress party trying to rally the other opposition parties and trying to come up with a united front to take on the BJP, this seems to be like that kind of opportunity.
Well, frankly speaking, Ayushman, the decision to back Mahua Moitra was also taken before the counting began. It was at the India Front meeting, and in fact on the first day of the parliament session, it was also decided, and much before that in internal meetings, that we are going to use this occasion as an issue which is going to be our electoral slogan. But yes, in the first 2 meetings which were held inside the parliament, once the results came out, I think the opposition parties realized that this is a do or die moment. It's not just about the Mahua Moitra Moitra backing. It is also about the larger issue about whether the ethics committee is really the right platform to recommend these kind of action against her. And second is, why is even the ethics committee being selective? There are complaints against the language which has been used by Ramesh Biduri against Danish Ali, for example. Why was that case not brought up? If you go through the minutes of the meetings of the ethics committee, which we already have accessed and put out, Ayushman, in that you can see Mahua Moitra very specifically raising this point. Why only me? Why not Ramesh Biduri? And he was backed by many others like Danish Ali. That's the reason why they also walked out, that this is a kangaroo court. We know that the ethics committee is full of BJP leaders, so we don't expect any semblance of non-partisan scrutiny, and therefore we don't expect any kind of justice being meted out to us. And yes, I think in the days to come, it will not just be about the Trinamool Congress backing the Member of Parliament. It is about the Congress, the TMC, the JDU, RJD, all of them standing up for each other, because the point that they make is, one, we are not allowed to ask questions, our mics are switched off. Two, cameras are never focused on us. It's only our leaders who are suspended, never anyone from the treasury benches. And finally, of course, if it can happen to us today or Mahua Moitra today, it can happen to any of us tomorrow, and therefore we need to go to the people with this issue.
Right, but before I go to Arundhata Pallavi, just to stress on this point when it comes to the politics surrounding this. Mahua Moitra has been accused of a national security breach, a quid pro quo deal. She herself has admitted that she did give her login details to Darshan Hiranandani for some typing facilities at his office. This compared to language used by Ramesh Biduri, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Is there a political deficit there?
Well, that's exactly what the BJP is saying, that Ramesh Biduri's language, for which he later on apologized, may be wrong. But at the same time, he did not compromise national security. Now, if you go through the pages of that report that we put out, it shows, for example, I can give a quick example of 13th of January, where, there was a login which took place on the same day from 3 different locations. At around 11:30 a.m., it took place from the Parliament House. At 10:03 p.m. from Kolkata, 10:04 p.m., it takes place from New Jersey. Now, obviously, Kolkata, Parliament House are not back of the beyond, because she's given this argument that very often she was not able to have an internet connection or Wi-Fi, which is why she was not able to log in herself, and therefore she used the services or the offices of a Darshan Hiranandani. This argument, based on this one particular login detail, and there are many such of them, was used by the Ethics Committee to make the point that that is not really the case. Not just that, if you look at the details of the report again, which we put out, Ayushman, it shows that the logins and the corroborating question asked were within a gap of 2 to 3 days, and many of those questions which are asked, and some of them we've already put out, but to deal with, say, MSMEs, that is something where the Hiranandanis are interested in, financial institutions of theirs, the optic fibers, a business interest that they are involved in. So therefore, there is no conflict of interest argument given by Mahua, the Ethics Committee. It completely falls flat. That's what the report points out, that tries to show that yes, there was a conflict of interest. Was she trying to benefit one business house, and therefore why was that business house or a business tycoon, to use the words of the report, given access to a login? Because that also means you are vulnerable, or you have access to some very sensitive details, sensitive legislation, and isn't that compromising national security? So these are very serious allegations against Mahua Moitra, and therefore, according to a report, strong grounds enough why she should be immediately expelled, and there should be further legal investigation into her.
Especially the fact that the login details were given to Darshan Hiranandani, who is based abroad. So the national security angle also comes in. Arun also is joining us on the broadcast. So Arun, when it comes to these serious charges against Mahua Moitra, we have the recommendation of the ethics panel, which has called for an expulsion, given the fact that she has admitted that she gave her login details to Darshan Hiranandani. For the BJP camp, is this a slam dunk?
Well, see, what Mahua Moitra has been saying is that, yes, she gave the access to the office of Hiranandani, for asking questions. But she's also saying that she did not take there has not been any financial dealings between Mahua Moitra and Hiranandani. Yes, there were some gifts which she accepted, but as far as that money transaction or money trade is something that is not there between them. And BJP has been maintaining this point that she compromised national security, and therefore a precedent should be set. In fact, all the member of parliaments who are speaking since morning on this matter, they've been saying that a strict action should be taken against Mahua Moitra, so that such incidents should not be repeated in the future. And